Hello, hello, hello. Hi, Karine. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Super good. Super happy to be back here in Costa Rica and Pachamama. I feel so grateful. Oh, yes. And let's land together on the shift in systems today. And there's a lot of light pouring into, let's say, the planet. And let's not go too woo-woo, but there's a lot of upgrades that are being requested and required for our bodies right now to move faster with light rather than stay stuck with the
Mm.
shadow pieces and the segregation that we find in systems. And that's also a reflection of inner segregations, right? But we were just chatting right now, both of us, about navigating the transitions, navigating bringing more light in, navigating navigating all these changes. And I know you were curious also about it, and we can have a conversation, and that's what we're choosing to bring in today.
Yeah, for sure. I think we can start by maybe addressing what is going on externally because we also feel it internally, but sometimes it's kind of hard just to make sense of it. So we were chatting a bit about it before, but I think it's useful that we start by that maybe.
Yes, yeah, chatting about the difference. um what's the question?
The question is what's going on? Like there's a lot going on outside. I think that people don't necessarily understand what's going on right now. We see the symptoms, but not necessarily the deeper meaning of what we see. So maybe we can address that and go forward.
Yes, that's a big topic. And, by no means will I claim to know what's happening and proclaim this as ultimate truth, obviously, but I can share the experience that I have through my body, because that's actually the only way that I know something and that I claim it as my truth and nobody else's truth. But definitely within my own inner system, what's been happening lately is two movements, two very, very um obvious movements that are always there. They're always there. It's a movement of light and the movement of darkness. And it's always this movement. But I can say that lately it's been even more acting and really knocking at the door of my body to upgrade and to say, hey, like, stop, like, go faster. It's literally tell me, go faster, get out of your way. Let go what's no longer required, which is always the same formula, but it's in a different texture. Like, it's really going at a fast pace. And obviously this comes from me choosing and putting attention on systems that are also moving very fast with light codes. So new earth systems that are in creation, that are inviting us in total new ways of operating, in leading, co-leading, collaborating, that are really bringing, when I say codes, is codes, matrix, systems, grids. It's all the same thing. It's our bodies are being asked to let go of all ways of operating, old ways of operating, so that we can move in a more unified way. So it sounds beautiful to speak about unity and unifying and union, but there's a difference between speaking about it and embodying it. And embodying it, that's the definition of yoga, union. It's about unifying our inner parts and unifying these parts that are in conflict inside, unifying the parts that are resisting the light. So the
Mhm.
shadow pieces inside of our bodies, where are they resisting upgrading in a different frequency, in a different light quotient, which is, let's say, our soul light, or even beyond this, our God seeds, our nothingness. We are very, words don't do justice to what this is. It's a felt sense. It's definitely a felt sense. So the whole work of soul embodiment and the whole work that we do, and all the entities that I'm collaborating with promote also, is all about how can we receive more light in our body in different ways. And if we come back to the statement or the question that you were naming, that what is happening, what's happening is both a movie and a projection of the light coming in and of the resistance of the collective. And I believe we spoke a bit about it last time, but it's everything is a projection of what's happening within our inner realms. So if there's resistance, and resistance can be, I'm hooked to that belief, I'm hooked to that way of being, I'm hooked to that thought, I'm hooked to that emotion, I'm hooked to me thinking this about that person, blaming, shaming, condemning, you know, all of this. This is resistance. It's very contracted as an energy, and it prevents life circulation, light of life circulating in a body. And that's as simple as blood circulating in your body, as current nervous system being efficient in your body, as, you know, like tissues being flexible and you feeling in flow in your body. There's always a parallel between what's happening inside your body to what's happening outside. So if a collective system is hooked, you know, to their beliefs, their way of being, you know, what they're promoting, what they, you know, whatever their judgment can be also a positive judgment, right? Whatever that is crystallized and stagnant, that is not flexible enough to move with the pace of light, that's called resistance. And it will create suffering. You know, and we all go through it. I'm not saying that I'm never suffering. Trust me, like my body sometimes is in major resistance with the light that's coming in. But again, I think the privilege, if I may say, is that I have the tools and I'm promoting the tools that I'm using. So I know right away when I'm in resistance because my body hurts, or I know right away when I'm in resistance because my body wants to move faster, but I can't. And I'm like, okay, like look inside, what needs to let go. I don't know what your experience of it, if you want to share also, Karim, about this.
Yeah, for sure. In the body, definitely. As I was sharing, I've been sick, and I'm saying it like that because I know it's just a way that my body finds to clean myself, to clear, to let go of old stuff that is not required anymore. So that's how it manifested in my body. It's been manifesting that for a while now. So I've learned to kind of navigate that cleanse and that transformation. But I also feel the resistance in the systems, you know, like people kind of feel that things need to change, that the old ways are not working. I can see that with my clients a lot, questioning, asking like, why is it not working anymore? We used to operate that way. Everything was fine, good. But now it's just like, no, it's not working. But since the body is not trained to kind of find a way, they just kind of panic, and they feel like, oh my god, like it's what do we do? So I've been seeing that a lot. And yesterday I was talking to a person that told me I was so disconnected from my body because I couldn't handle that she, like at one point she was always tense. She was tensing so much that she couldn't even feel her fingers, because it was the only way that her body kind of knew how to navigate that. And when she put some conscience on her body, she started feeling how much tension she was holding. So that we were having a conversation about that and using the tools. And I talked a bit about the tools we're using, you and I, to say, okay, well, that's a good first step, you know, just being aware that there is resistance, there is some tension, and then we can go further down the road. And I think that's the first step. And then starting to unify all that, to understand that there is no them and us. And that's also what I'm seeing, you know, people wanting to take sides. And I think our job is also to bring that consciousness about there's just one, you know, we have to find a way to unify all the systems also. We were talking about that. Maybe you can share a bit more about that level of consciousness, of unification of systems.
Yeah, again, that's what we are walking towards, right? And there's a lot in what you shared that I have a lot of insight right now, but one thing that I want to address in what you shared is when people are experiencing this, the best thing, and that's the uncomfortable part, but it's really to lean into the mystery, to lean into the unknown. And we are being asked to lean into more unknown right now. I mean, life has been preparing us in the last years with everything that's been happening, for sure, but leaning into the unknown and finding the safety that's inside of you, not leaning on external systems or external structures. This is the key. There's absolutely, I would dare to say, no other way to claim your sovereignty, to claim your freedom, to claim your voice, to claim your knowing, to claim your clarity, to claim your path. It's leaning into the mystery and accepting that when your body is in panic, it's actually a good sign, even if it feels like it's like the end of the world and that you're being ejected out of your body and you're all in trauma response. But it's the equation of it is very simple. As light comes in, which is your let's say your soul called your light, your potential comes in, it's literally electricity. It has a vibration, it's a sound, it's a light quotient, it has electricity potential to it. And as it comes into your body, if the resistance is in your body, your nervous system is there, it will create survival mechanism because your body wants to protect you. So there's nothing wrong with the body protecting itself. But like you said, Karine, it's all about being aware of those resistances, not giving power to the resistances, always leaning into the mystery of the light and where it's guiding you, and allowing this light to be integrated in the body. That's what we call also resilience, with the practice of grounding that brings safety. So safety with the power that each individual has, right? That's the potential. As the power, the light comes in, it's their potential activating their cells. Each individual needs to feel safe within their own light and within their own power. Everybody has been conditioned to not feel safe in their light, to not feel safe in their potential. And as long as there's resistance to that ultimate light and love and potential, as light touches in, survival mechanisms will come in. I'm right, you're wrong. I'm fighting, I'm flying, I'm freezing. All of these survival mechanisms. You are this, I am this. I am better, you are worse. Like all of this separation, right? So this comes to the theme of unification, right? So microsystem, macrosystem, it's all the same thing. So in a microsystem, if we are in fight within ourselves, rejecting parts of ourselves, repressing some energies, repressing our light, our responses will often be in reaction because we are reacting. We are reacting against our own light, Okay, and that sounds a bit, so it's the same thing with the system. If we extrapolate this and how to unify systems, it's first the responsibility of each individual. Each individual has a responsibility in unifying systems and in peace, and and that's within family structures, community systems, bigger systems, countries, planetary, universal, whatever.
Sky is the limit.
Sky is the limit. But if we want to bring it to the simplest thing, it's first ourselves, the molecules inside of our bodies, micro, macro. But to bring it down to earth, really, when I come back to earth, it's always about the simplicity of our human body, and feeling yourself and acknowledging yourself, acknowledging who you are, acknowledging what you are, acknowledging the desires that you have inside, acknowledging your aspirations and your dreams, not putting anything in a box of wrong in your body, even if, yes, you react and whatever happens. The point here is neutrality and consciousness, going back to the center of the equation and watching yourself in motion and seeing, oh, wow, okay, here's what I'm putting out in the world right now. Here's the vibration that I'm putting out. Do I have another choice? Can I bring more light into what I'm vibrating out, you know? And that's, as individuals, that's our responsibility. That's how we can help change and bring these new systems on Earth. And the more we are, the more new systems are creating, the more new movements are created. And so it goes. And in 50 years, it's going to be something different. And in 200 years, it's going to be something different. Nothing is permanent. That's also part of the equation, to not get attached to absolute. Every system at one point is meant to be broken. It's not meant to crystallize and bring safety to people. That's not what safety is. Safety is within one inner system, you know? It's found with Mother Earth, you know, grounding. That's safety. And a system will last for 1 year, 10 years, 100 years, but as you know, the second this system will start being obsolete, meaning that their set of patterns, thoughts, emotions, reason of existing, people in this system, you know, if this is becoming obsolete, light will start pouring more in, and it will start cracking, and it will eject them out, clear, and then bring the system in a new form. And maybe the system will die. Maybe the system will die and something else will be born. And that's just creation. That's what creation is about. So we're talking about system. It's the same thing with our bodies. When we are too attached to one identity, it will crack open the second more light wants to pour in and is knocking at our door and saying, hey, soul, more soul is coming in. Like, you crack open. This is not what life is about, to stay still and to stay safe within one's mind and within, you know, one's safety zone. And it's also okay to have safety, you know. It's very paradoxical. The body needs the safety, but the soul wants us to grow and let go of tensions. So all right, that's what was coming right now. Thanks for bringing this topic up. It's very interesting. I mean, for me.
It is. And when we were talking before, you mentioned something, and I wanted to bring it back because I find that's one of the key, is also to have clear intentions on what you want to bring and bring it everywhere. You know, one of the things that people are kind of mentioning is they're also separating their lives into, you know, who am I at work? Who am I as a partner? Who am I as a mother? Whatever. And sometimes to me, it also comes back to, okay, well, I'm always me. So what is the intention I want to bring in every situation that can be to the benefit of everyone? You know, I do think, and I think you also think that, but I don't want to presume that it's best when we bring the unity of ourselves everywhere. You know, I also think that's one of the key. I don't know if you had something more to add to that, but I thought it was important to bring that up.
Yeah, along these lines, it's about totality and being total, and definitely, like, you know, like, we are mothers, we are entrepreneurs, we are daughters, we are partners, you know. And you said it's all about the intention. And that's also when the body doesn't crystallize in I am the mother, or I am the spouse, or I am whatever, you know. That's really the trap here. And that's where we find freedom, is when we realize that we feel stuck in a system. That's when we're like, okay, let's breathe deeply, let's take a space back, like one step back, and release the identity, release everything that, I'm gonna say, makes you what you are. But also we want to be playing this identity, but the keyword here is play. because we are we are nothing of these identities. We are an essence circulating in a body, right? We are this light again, or this energy, and that's the intention. So the intention, it can be a many intentions at the same time. If my intention is to be of service and to be total and to show up to the best of my capacity in any environment that I'm in, then this is what's guiding the body, not the mother and how the mother should behave based on, some book or some, family conditioning or whatever. It's no, what's really the purest intention that the light is carrying, and allowing the body to move with intention. So it's totally opposite of what we have learned, which is putting a program in the mind and then allowing the body to move based on the program. It's more life force and light coming in the body being ignited by the purity of the intention, and then body moving, connected to earth, connected to sky. And the body is a vessel in that case. So the identity dissolves, but the body moves. It's ignited by current rather than controlled by the mind that is most of the time programmed in what safety is.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I wanted to bring in parallel to what you're sharing.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
I'm sure we could go on and on.
As usual.
As usual. Did you want to say something more about what we shared a bit? It's a vast topic, systems and unification and intention. We could go on deeper into every subject, but did you have something more that you wanted to bring to this conversation?
Besides an invitation, nothing more, because everything that we share on these podcasts or talks, conversation, it's all about bringing, it sounds pretentious when I say this, that's my mind saying this, but bringing light, right? It's new ways. It's bringing new ways and like lighting these light bulbs, right? Because beyond the words that we're saying, there's a vibration, there's an intention. And if you feel something is in there for you, the invitation is to lean into it, lean into the mystery. Notice when the mind kicks in and say, I'm scared, or I'm not ready, or however this is going to cost, like all these things that appear when you actually feel an attraction, you feel a pull. When you feel a pull towards a movement, an energy being exuded out, this means that this is inside of you too. It's just having an activation, your body's receiving an activation, and all your soul is asking you is lean into it more. Be and bathe in these codes more, bathe in this light, bathe in this vibration, because I want you to be upgraded to this. And you not being me or Karine or anybody else, you being you. So the invitation is to keep on leaning. If you have an attraction to what is being shared here, and to the energy of what's being shared here, direct message me. There's an embodiment practice that's happening that is exactly in alignment with everything that has been shared here, which is preparing your body for resilience of more light coming in, integrating the light, breaking the old systems to embody the new systems, moving faster with the light, not staying in confusion or any of these symptomatics that are actually protection mechanisms from you embodying more of your potential. This is an invitation to jump in with us, if it's not with us, with anybody else, but this is an invitation for you to embody more of your light, because your light means service to the planet. It means you showing up in your life and in the life of the people that you love, like more, and in more integrity, more truth, more authenticity. And then step by step, what if it's not the embodiment, then there's the mentoring, where you can access me also on a daily basis, and what's so on. The door is open. If you feel the call, you start by direct messaging me, and we check where you want to be in all this system too. So, and much love. Thanks for if you're still listening up until now, that means that there's definitely a vibration calling you here, and the invitation is reach out, and it's going to be an honor to be here and guide. Aho.